Hello there everybody, it's Sarah from Socially Shared, and today I'm joined by the lovely Nicola from Welcombe Productions. Hi there Nicola.
Hi Sarah.
So thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait to hear about your business. Tell us a little bit about Welcombe Productions if you would.
Oh, thank you. So Welcombe Productions is a professional event services company that helps individuals, businesses or organisations create events that's really going to help them effectively engage with their audience, whether it's to inform, educate, promote or deliver a message or communication that they need to get out. And this is done either through a one-to-one consultation service where the client would have the internal resource to run their own event, but they just need somebody to get them up on the right track. I can also provide full event management services, so if they don't have the internal resource and need someone just to take the project totally off their desk and run with it, I can do that. And then also I've been working with venues as a venue partner, helping them to create relevant offerings for the event industry. Yes, so I've been in the events industry for over 20 years now. Until recently, I could have said nearly 20 years, but I've crossed over that threshold now. And yes, I've worked in venues, so I've worked in hotels, running their conferences. I've worked for a conference agency, working with different clients. I've also been in-house for corporate clients, running financial services events, and also for commercial companies as well, with conferences and exhibitions in the healthcare and medical sector. So the experience of all of those different roles has really set me up now to be able to offer quite a bit of expertise. And I've worked with so many different sectors as well, with the construction sector, finance, IT, pharmaceutical and healthcare. I've always had a passion for working for myself, but I couldn't have done that much earlier because I really needed all that experience first to be able to give me the tools and the skill set to be where I am now. We, as a family, relocated up here 2 years ago from London. So I arrived in the Midlands and I didn't know anybody, I had no contacts, and I saw it as a huge opportunity to launch a business as a way of meeting people and kind of making my mark in a new area. So types of clients I've worked with include a charitable organisation and helping them with a fundraising event. Another client was just a summer party that was in London to invite their customers to and their clients as well as the staff. My flagship event since I've relocated here is the Micro Business Show, which is taking place for its third year in Rugby in February. And then I also helped Socially Shared with a number of their events, particularly the Socially Shared conference that's coming up in June this year.
So you already mentioned about how you turned the potentially negative situation of not knowing anybody into a real positive for your business. But what would you say is a challenge or has been a challenge since you set up?
I think what I found to be the most challenging is the level of competition, particularly in events management. And it can be difficult to portray the message then of my experience and expertise. So lots of people now are turning to event management as a career, having organised a wedding or a life event or a school fundraiser. But that's very different to the level of experience and skills that I bring from over 20 years in the events industry. Well, first of all, obviously get in touch, so either by phone or email. And I'd start off by just having a really simple conversation with you to find out more about your event and where you think you need help and where you want the event to grow to. And so to do a bit of forward planning as well. Once we've identified the level of support that you need, we can then work out whether it is maybe you just want to have a consultation, so I'll come and spend the morning with you. We'll map out the whole event with different areas, what needs to happen, when it needs to happen, what you can cope with yourself, what you might need to outsource, whether it be to me or another local business who specialises in that area. Or maybe you've got too much on your plate and you just want to hand it all over to me and say, Nicola, please can you run this event? I'll stay in contact with you the whole time. It would still be your event, but I'd just basically be doing all the donkey work and all the legwork for you. And that would leave you then to enjoy your event as well on the day without worrying that it is somebody monitoring the attendees. Where's lunch? Is that coming out? You can actually then concentrate on what you're good at, which is hosting and meeting your customers or your attendees. Absolutely. And what works for one event is not going to work for the next event, and it's a very fluid process, and as your attendees will no doubt change, so will the event in itself. And yes, having done so many different events over the years, I've got quite a clear idea of what does work, and to bring out those fresh ideas as well when you need to put a fresh spin on things. It's similar to running an event. You've got to plan and plan and plan some more, and to have that business plan, even if it's a brief one side of A4 sketching out what your intention is, or whether you've written War and Peace, you need some kind of blueprint to follow in those, especially in those early days. And again, it will keep evolving as your business grows, but you need to plan.
So I was just about to thank you and tell you that the contact details were going to come up, but I've just spotted a bottle of wine behind you. Tell me about that, please.
So this is our rosé wine. So when we moved up here from London, we also took over a small vineyard just outside Stratford-on-Avon, and this is a project that I work on with my husband. We had our first harvest in 2018. And then we were selling the wine and running vineyard tours last year. We've just done our, it was end of last year we did our harvest, and we've got a lot of wine currently in production, which will be available from April onwards, and we'll be running more vineyard tours as well later on in the year.
And how brilliant to have an event planner on hand to do all that for you. Absolutely fantastic. I wish we could talk more about the wine. We'll have to leave that for another day. But thank you ever so much, Nicola. It's been wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you very much for having me.